hanging out down the street. The same old thing that we did last week. Not a thing to do. I talk to you. We all alright. We all alright. Hello, Wisconsin. Hello, world. It's your girl, Breezy, back again with the Not So Conspiracy. And blah, blah, blah. But in this video, we are going to be talking about Mr. Freemason, Ashton Kutcher. So, before we hop into this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be tuned in any and every time I post a new video. Hanging out. So let me give my disclaimer. I was a fan of that 70s show growing up. It was one of many shows that was the staple of my childhood, especially in my preteen years, teenage years. The show ended when I was in middle school, but I remember watching reruns on FX, DN. In my city, Fox 45, that's Fox affiliate. In my city, Fox 45 in the mid to late 2000s had the best lineup, had the most fire lineup. That 70s show, Sex in the City, Malcolm in the Middle, King of the Hill, South Park. And on days when I didn't have school, I would stay up to watch that whole entire block. And also on Friday nights going into Saturday, I would stay up to watch that whole entire block. But yeah, I did love the show growing up. So I wouldn't say it's disheartening to hear how tainted the show is now, because I already know how Hollywood is. So I'm not shocked or surprised or heartbroken at all. But to the public, the show is tainted. Everything in Hollywood is tainted, but the show is tainted to the public now, especially with the accusations of Danny Masterson. I just got finished smoking, so my mouth is like dry. So I'm not going to get into details about Danny Masterson, but many of you already know by now what he's in trouble for, so I don't have to recap it. But this video isn't about him. It's about Ashton Kutcher. And I was never a fan of his. Ever. He always gave me sleazy vibes, like douchey sleaze vibes. So I was never a fan of Ashton Kutcher. But I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy him in that 70s show as Michael Kelso, and I did enjoy him in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Bernie Mac, and then Cheaper by the Dozen too when he played Hank. But him as a celebrity, the image, the person, whoever he is, the character, the puppet, who they dangled out to our faces, I wasn't a fan of. It was just always something off about him. And he's not new to this. I mean, come on, he is really true to this. Y'all saw the video, not videos. Y'all have seen the pictures I posted in my community tab of him with the hat on. He loves that damn blue hat. He loves that blue hat. Y'all seen those pictures, so y'all already know what time it is with him. I remember vividly in the early and mid 2000s when he was hyped up as the It Boy. And I did enjoy enjoy Punk. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was entertaining. It was. I enjoyed Punk. I'm not gonna lie, I did. But I do remember his hype back in the day, and yeah, he just always rubbed me the wrong way as a kid. But I did like him in some productions. You know, I like the characters he played. But he is in the news, and y'all are cooking him, rightfully so, and I'm enjoying this. Because it gave me an opportunity to talk about him and his organization, which I'm going to get into in the video a little bit later. But y'all are cooking him. Is he over? Image-wise, brand-wise, yes. But y'all don't really fully cancel these celebrities. See, I already know that you guys that watch these videos and sub to me, I already know y'all don't really get into these people, and y'all already know what's up with them. But to those out there that may still be half asleep and come across these videos, y'all don't fully cancel these people. But he's being dragged and cooked, him and Mila Kunis, who I'm going to talk a little bit about too, because he actually wrote a letter to the judge in favor of Daddy Masterson for his case to get him lower time or to get him off or whatever. And people are starting to question a lot of things. His skeletons are being dragged out the closet. You got videos resurfacing of him on Punk talking about how he was waiting for Hillary Duff to turn 18. You have excerpts from Demi Moore's memoir about how he treated her horribly during their marriage. And the media, if mainstream media is cooking him too, 9 times out of 10, he pissed somebody off and they just letting it go. So I'm wondering what's going on with this now, because he is the most loyal to the cult. One of the most loyal, I should say. So I'm wondering what's going on now. But also, since Mila Kunis, who a year ago I told her to shut the fuck up. I really did. I remember on my community tab when Kyrie Irving exposed that movie and a group of celebrities wanted to get the movie taken down, and she was amongst one of them in the group. And I said, you know, you still cool with Danny Masterson, so if I was you, I would shut the fuck up. Lo and behold, she didn't shut the fuck up, and now here we are a year later cooking her too. And disclaimer on her. Back in the day, I used to have a little tiny crush on her, but that's because I used to get her mixed up with Rachel Bilson. And I had a bigger crush on her. She looked better. I had a bigger crush on her. I used to love the OC. So I used to get her mixed up with Rachel Bilson. But she really does move a little robotic, though. She does. But a lot of things have been coming out, resurfacing interviews of them to sounding like forms of grooming, talking about making a bet with Danny Masterson about kissing her, tongue kissing her while she's 14 and he's 19, 20 years old. And it's looking bad, because now people are starting to question the marriage. People are starting to wonder, did he groom her and red shirt her all these years? So that's the main questions that's happening now in regards to that marriage. And I wouldn't be surprised if the contract gets revoked within the next year or two, because of the questions people are starting to have now. That's why I told her to shut the fuck up a year ago. This is why I told her to shut the fuck up a year ago. Because now look. This is what happens when you always try to be politically correct, doing performative activism and performative humanitarianism. the celebrities that do that shit the most always got the most skeletons. Within the last few years, what we've learned about these celebrities and their charity work, humanitarianism, their businesses, have all been fronts for HT. And it's mighty funny how you have an organization for that, to fight that. And I never brought into it because, like I said, Ashton Kutcher always gave me performative, so I never really brought into that, especially with the fact that he was married to somebody on the flight log. Which, by the way, I found that really interesting too, because I didn't know until I did my research that Demi Moore started out with him with this organization. They started this together. And I guess when they got divorced, he kept it. The fact that someone on the Epstein flight logs helped start this organization is a red flag to me. So, Ashton boy, they cooking you. And not only that, they now are bringing up the fact that you sacrificed your ex-girlfriend. Possibly. I'm not saying he did, but I mean, a year and a half later, actually 2 years later, because the incident happened in 2001. Punk premiered in 2003. 2 years later, I mean, his career did go to the next level after that. I'm just saying. And they don't have to get rewarded right away. Nowadays, it seems like they reward them after a sacrifice. Back in the day, it seemed like it took a year or two before they start reaping the rewards. That's what it seemed like. But the reason why people are starting to bring that up again is because Daddy Masterson's ex-girlfriend, who was also one of the victims. Now, with her case, he was ruled not guilty because they was together from 1995 to 2002. So they was actually a legit couple, and in the court of law, they look at that as y'all was in a relationship. So y'all just should have put up better boundaries with each other in regards to sexual space and all that. That's how the judge possibly looked at that. But I'm not saying it's right. It's not. But that's how they took it. So her case he didn't get a guilty verdict on her case. But she was spilling tea. She said, I know the secrets your role model keeps for you. I remember what happened the night of February, I think it was 21st, 2001. But when you look up that date in Ashton Kutcher's name, the deletion of his ex-girlfriend comes up. Now, the fall guy for that situation was put away, and this was a long drug out case too, because it took to 2019 for this case to get wrapped up, and Ashton Kutcher was actually in court for that case not back then, but a few years ago. So now people are looking into that more. So yeah, all his skeletons are coming out the closet. He should have kept his mouth shut. And then also, like I said, he's true to this. He also shouted out I can't say the name, but that 3-letter agency that starts with a C. They're not mine, but they are the intelligent. I'm sorry, guys. The intelligence community. You know what I'm talking about. But he was shouting them out in 2018. And by him having that goofy frat boy image, it's easy to fool the people into thinking you're not an asset. Because out of a lot of these celebrities, he actually has money. Well, so they say. I told you, a lot of them don't. Their wealth is not theirs. They just have a picture to make it look like it's theirs. But the minute they piss somebody off, it gets taken away. So this should be interesting, what happens next. But he made more money from investing than acting. And it makes you wonder, was it luck? A coincidence? Or was it a setup all along to cover up the fact that you are an asset? The world may never know, but we'll see. But that organization needs to get investigated. But it's been reported that they both, him and Mila Kunis, have stepped down from the organization. So it's getting bad. If they had to step down from the organization, it's getting bad out here. They also did a video apologizing, and people still not buying it. When these celebrities get into these scandals these days, people just cook them, and it's not good, but the image is tainted. You don't need to stop idolizing these celebrities. Stop putting them on a pedestal. Stop living vicariously through them. Because a lot of that 70s Show fans wasn't all when they got together. But does it look like he red-shirted her? Possibly. That's why I told her to shut up. Because this was coming back up. Well, yeah, I'm done talking about Mr. Freemasonic CIA. And, oh, by the way, some other tea that the ex-girlfriend spilled. Because I remember, too, watching the E! True Hollywood Story special on that 70s Show back in the day. And they talked about Topher Grace and how distant he was from the cast. It makes sense now. Especially when you see that photo resurface of them at the cult, you know, the cult that Danny Masterson belongs to. He grew up in it. Ashton was born into this too, from what it sounds like. But the whole entire cast, minus the parents and Topher Grace, appeared at a event for that cult. So yeah, Ashton got a lot of ties to a lot of these secret societies. But the question is it finally crumbling for him? It's crumbling for a lot of these celebrities. So this is going to be interesting to watch. Very interesting. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I don't feel sorry for these people. Ashton, you can go to hell. I mean, I think you kind of already know that. I always say that about these puppets. I think he knows where he's going, and I don't know. He just seems very pretentious to me. Like, he's not real. I'm gonna be honest here. By him shouting out the CIA, he could be a AI figure. He gives off AI to me. He does. So wherever he's going, like I said, by him shouting out I said that word, you know, that 3-letter agency, he could be an AI figure for all I know. So I don't know where he's going. They could turn him off for all I care. I don't know. But like I said, he always gave me fake, phony, pretentious, like he's not real, like he's always acting. So more than likely, maybe he is a clone or an AI figure. Especially with him shouting out that 3-letter agency, he could be an AI figure. I believe they had access to that all along anyway. So Who knows? But yeah, that's all I got for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.